Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and another video. If you're new here, my name is Crystal. This is Travel with Crystal, where I share travel vlogs, product reviews, story times, and more. With that said, guys, I have a hot juicy story for you today. So make sure to hit the subscription button, watch this video all the way to the end, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. Now let's get right into the story. Once upon a time, I met Snapper. No, it was one day when I decided to go for lunch. I don't eat meat, so it has to be either seafood or vegetables. So I went to this popular fish spot, and that's where I met Snapper. He was ordering a fish as well. Snapper said, "Oh, Chris, you look so wonderful. You look nice. Can I have your number?" Because he was not new to the location, so he would see me on several occasions, right? I said, all right, being that I'm single, I am going to give him my number. We started texting, getting to know each other over the phone when he said, let's do lunch. I replied and said, I can't do lunch, but we can definitely do dinner. He said, okay, dinner works fine. I just want to see you in person and spend some time with you. Now, guys, the day of the dinner, of course, I'm going to get dressed looking all nice and cute. Went to the dinner. I'm not going to tell you guys the location, but it was a beautiful dinner. The conversation was great. Everything was right. Until I decided to run some background checks in the middle of the dinner. Because Snapper had told me that he owned a few businesses and he lives a certain lifestyle. So just to be on the safe side, I wanted to make sure that this all panned out, right? I mean, you can't blame a girl, like, we're living in serious times. The background check came back and everything was good. So I'm like, yes, Snapper is the perfect guy. I can feel more relaxed getting into this relationship with him. We ended the dinner and then he decided to take me to one of his office. I said, okay, fine. Went in his car. We drove to his office because he was just trying to let me get a feel of what his lifestyle was like. I was still interested at this point until he asked me what I wanted to drink. While Snapper went away to an additional room in his office, something came over me and said, Crystal, why not call his phone? No, guys, I've never done anything like this before. Like, if I'm dating somebody, I'm dating you, whatever you say, that's what goes. I had no need to call his phone, but that day in particular, something just said, Crystal, use your number and call his phone. I have no idea why. I followed my gut, of course, right? Because they say, follow your gut, you can't go wrong. And I was not wrong. I've stored person's name as a lot of things, guys, but would you guess what my name was stored as in Snapper's phone? When I took up my phone and I dialed his number, I see Cristal, the fish lady. What? What? I don't sell fish. I might be selfish, but I know I don't sell fish, right? So how could you, like, sir, we were going great, everything was good, why would you store my name as Cristal, the fish lady? Now, I was upset, but I'm not the type to say anything right there from the get-go. So I finished the night on a good note and I said, you know what? I'm heading home. When I went home, I deleted his number and I ended all communication. But of course, I'm a nice girl, so Snapper is going to want to get to have more dates with me, right? He wanted a relationship. Snapper had told me that he was married, but then his wife passed. Rest in peace to her. Yes, she did pass, guys. So I thought that, yes, he was the perfect guy. Guys, was I wrong? Snapper called now and he's like, Chris, why are you avoiding me? So I said, I'm not avoiding you. He's like, yeah, because I'm trying to see you and you don't want to see me. And I'm like, listen, sir, why don't you ask Crystal, the fish lady? He said, what? What are you talking about? I said, you know what, hold on, I'm going to call you right back. So I hung up the phone. I dialed his number and I called right back. He answered the phone. Yes, Chris. I'm like, didn't it pop up as Crystal, the fish lady? He's like, how you know that? I said, no, the real question is, why did you store my name as Cristal the Fish Lady? He's like, honestly, Chris, to tell you the truth, when I just met you, you were a very nice, beautiful girl, and I had recently met someone who is currently living at home with me, and I really wanted a chance to get to know you, and I didn't want her to find out about it as well. So I just stored your name as Cristal the Fish Lady. That way, if I'm home and you're calling me and she sees it, I can tell her that, honey, it's the lady that I ordered fish from for us. So I'm like, but that's disrespectful and rude to me. I took that very offensive. He's like, I'm sorry about that, I can rename it right now. And I'm like, no, it's okay, because when I met you, I asked you if there was another Cristal stored in your phone, and you said yes. And when I checked, that Cristal was with a Y and I'm Cristal with an I. So therefore, there shouldn't have been any kind of mistake right there, or the need for you to store my name as Cristal the Fish Lady. Guys, he was dumb. There was nothing he could say, because honestly, one, he did not tell me that he had someone lived at home with. The only person he had told me about was his wife that passed, and I knew that from the background check that I ran. After that conversation, I went home. I said nothing. He tried to call me for days. I did not answer until one day he called, and I finally decided to answer. And he's like, Chris, you're really not gonna let me see you again? You're so upset that I did that? I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, I renamed your name in the phone. And I'm like, it's too late. No, guys, I don't know if you remember that story from back then, when this guy had liked me, invited me to his house, we were Netflix and chilling, and then all of a sudden there were two lizards that fell on the roof on the bed beside us, and I decided to call it quits right there. Well, that's exactly what I did in this situation. I called it quits. I found that very offensive. How dare you call me Cristal the Fish Lady? Now I want you guys to tell me in the comments, would you work out this relationship? Is it a little misunderstanding? Would you be upset? What's the worst thing someone has ever stored your name as in their phone? Comment below and let me know. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next story time. Bye.
No, what's on with that?
It's gonna drop on the rock and slide and what about look? Girl, she ever stress
It now go move.
Every time, make sure.
Oh, me just see something right there, so.
Catch it on the coffee cup or something.
Yeah, see me I do my setup, just allow me to miss.
That's how she have a tripod stand.
Alright, good.
I will never answer behind me. I have stored person's name under a lot of things, but this was just the worst. Would you believe? Should I say that? That's alright?
Little girl, me I try for all it is.
Alright, hold on.